So Kanye West want to say fly till he die or something around this joint. So I'm trying to figure out why Kanye West showed up to the Diddy party in all white. That's the only explanation that I can have in my mind. And my mind ain't working too good seeing all this. So we're gonna get some visuals. We're gonna see what's going out on the scene because this long crime channel is always on the scene with what's going on in the Diddy trial. So let's see what's going on today.
Right now, and there are a lot. Elizabeth, it's good to see you. As you can imagine, a lot of questions about Kanye West. He showed up to that courtroom today. We know he is a friend of Sean Diddy Combs. He was even asked reportedly outside of court, is he there to support him? Yes. So let me begin with the first question we have from Danny. There might be a misconception here. So Elizabeth, set the record straight. Was Kanye in the courtroom or was he in the overflow room?
Does Kanye even know where he was at? And did you know that news reporters have to nod their head up and down, up and down, up and down because that's how long the delay is on their audio? You would think they would have them patched in with a phone or something. Like, this is crazy how long that delay is.
So it was kind of an interesting morning. A lot of rumblings just about whether or not Kanye West was here, whether he was actually here, because there was rumors yesterday that he was here too. But yes, I can confirm that he was here at the courthouse today. Now, as far as being inside the main courtroom, no, he was not inside the main courtroom. I did not see him in there. But at first I was thinking, okay, maybe he might come into the main courtroom because they cleared the floor. They being the marshals cleared the floor.
So I'm wondering if Kanye came in to testify. I wonder if Kanye is one of these Jane Does. Do you think Kanye could be a Jane Doe? Because we already heard what he did to his cousin.
So I thought maybe it was to bring him into the room, but that didn't happen. But I did hear that he was sent to the overflow room, and maybe that wasn't where he wanted to be today. And so what ended up happening was I think he was there for maybe 15, 20 minutes and then ended up leaving. So no, he was not in the main courtroom, but I did hear he was in the overflow room for just a little bit.
Yeah, so we got this question from Olivia.
So they basically said not Diddy, Kanye West. Diddy wish he could just walk out of there. Wouldn't you wish you guys could just walk out of a trial? But Kanye West just walked out of there because he's like, no, if I ain't allowed on the floor, I pay for floor seats. And they're like, Kanye, you couldn't even buy seats. He's like, I told my secretary to give me floor seats, okay?
Any jury or court reaction to Kanye being there. So I'm glad you set the record straight because it wasn't entirely clear what was going on. We had this happen today, too. Shopgirl asks, it was reported that Diddy was shaking his head again in court, during cross-examination. Did the judge admonish him once again, and did you observe any of that?
Why are you not allowed to shake your head in court? See, they're trying to like railroad Diddy. And that's why I'm like, this trial makes no sense. They're not doing this right. They're like making Diddy face life in jail. And I haven't heard about nobody getting hurt that wasn't paid to do, it's crazy. It's some freaky stuff. Diddy definitely needs some rehab and them classes Tiger Woods went to, but.
Well, I did observe him kind of nodding along with Mark Agnifilo, even towards the end of Mark Agnifilo's cross to the HSI investigator, or HSI agent, special agent, I should say, that I saw Diddy kind of give him an under-the-table thumbs up that I was able to see from my angle and my point of view. But afterwards, Maureen Comey kind of stands up. This is after the jury is dismissed for a break, and she said that her colleagues in the back of the courtroom, who have a better view of Diddy because the prosecution sits in front of him, so they don't get a view of him, obviously because they're in front of him, but that the colleague had told Maureen Comey that.
So how good of a view of Diddy did you have? Do you always have good views of Diddy? Do you like looking at Diddy?
Diddy was kind of nodding along with the cross-examination, and the judge was kind of like, he didn't admonish him necessarily. He was like, it's normal reaction for humans to kind of have this reaction, and I can't police every single reaction that the defendant is necessarily having. So it wasn't a stern talking to like it was the first time, but he said that if anything does happen again, he'll do the appropriate measures. But as far as Brian Steele kind of defending the defendant there, Brian Steele was kind of like, he's been.
Well, I'm glad they didn't try to lock him up for nodding. It's like he's already in jail. They're talking about locking him up again. Like he's already in jail. Stop playing. Stop playing with Diddy.
Nothing but professional. I'm sitting here right beside him every single day, and he's not doing what he was doing before as far as turning to the jury, nodding at them. He tries to make sure he's abiding by the judge's rules, not even looking at the jury when they enter and exit the courtroom today. And so it wasn't a tough talking to this time around, but I'm sure if something else were to happen and the judge notices something, that it might be a different type of talking to after that.
And if you
I still find it crazy. They're telling him he can't look at the jurors. Like, how can Diddy not look at the jurors? If I was going to a jury trial, I'm looking at every juror. But I also don't do attorneys, so
Just
take
want
it
to
away.
add to that. This is from Mary Baracco. How was Diddy today? How does he appear? How does his demeanor like?
Yeah, well, Diddy today, he was wearing his brown sweater, white undershirt, and khaki pants. As far as his demeanor goes today, I think maybe he was also possibly in.
Was it a brown Coogee sweater? And do you know that if Diddy is in jail, he got like limited outfits? He probably only got one outfit to wear every day in trial. That's how they usually do it, guys.
Anticipating that Kanye West would be in the main courtroom, kind of show that level of support between friends. But he seemed kind of as usual, just, taking notes over at the defense table, speaking with his attorneys, nothing out of the normal as far as what we saw today in court. Definitely still participating in his own defense, taking all the.
So does Diddy got white hair now? Because every one of these pictures I see Diddy with white hair. Why does Diddy have white hair now?
Testimony in and then jotting appropriate notes down at the appropriate times too.
You got to explain to me what's going on with these audio tapes. I'm not sure I quite follow them, Elizabeth. We have these tapes of what appear to be Christina Korum speaking with Jonathan Perez. What do these tapes sound like? And by the way, isn't this the first time that we've actually heard the voice of Christina Korum? What is going on in these
So is Christina Coral one of these Jane Does? Let me find out though.
tapes?
Yeah. Yeah, I think to me that was kind of the most surprising thing. Not only because she had recorded this conversation, but also because I'm like, wow, we've only seen her in photographs. Now we're hearing her actual voice. But Jesse, I do want to take a step back as far as why we were hearing that particular audio recording. And it had to do with Jane, because apparently staffers over at Diddy's home saw that there was this sexually explicit video on an iPad that normally the staff uses. And so there was kind of conversations had among.
So what type of videos was they doing? Was Diddy's girlfriend cheating on him with the staff? Jane did Diddy dirty. This is crazy, guys. Let's listen and see if we can see some more.
The staff about how this was found, what do we do, that type of thing. So when Jonathan Perez was on the stand today, he was explaining that that he didn't know that this conversation was recorded, but before even this recording happened, that he had spoken to Diddy about it personally. And now when Jonathan Perez is on the witness stand, he refers to Diddy as Mr. Combs or Mr. C. So he said that he spoke to Mr. C about this recording and then spoke to Christina Korum about this particular video recording. I should kind of specify. No, there's the audio.
Oh, I thought they said it was audio. So it's video? Is it video? Is it audio? This trial is creepy. They're about to play some Diddy videos. I don't want to see this. All I know is he needs some rehab. He needs some support. Free Diddy. Diddy shouldn't be getting no RICO. He ain't do no RICO. And I'm just wondering, is Kanye West a Diddy victim? Is Kanye West going to show up again on Monday in his white suit to testify? I don't know. Because Kanye West likes coming in extra fly. And he know he's showing up to testify. Okay? So if you don't know that, now you know. I'm going to see y'all around next time. Peace.